So Rahul Bugs, Amit, thank you so much for speaking to Page 3 here at News 9, Pune Highway, finally coming up. Rahul, let me begin with you because I've been waiting for the film since last year. Why the delay happened, I really want to know from you.
There was no delay. We were always we premiered a Diffie with
Mhm.
in Goa in 2024. So there was no delay as such. It's just that we did spend a lot of time on the post production, a lot of time
Mhm.
on the post production because the decision also to go into cinemas. So that was a little bit of a shift where we planned it to be on smaller screens. But as we've discovered over the last 6, 8 months, the moment that gap between an OTT release and a cinema release is a huge shift because your sound becomes different and your
Mhm.
I've seen now the last 2, 3 months the publicity is at another scale. So it's not I don't we weren't delayed so much as I think just trying to make sure that we dot all the I's and cross all the T's so that when you are ready for a big release, it's a different ball game, man.
Mhm. Bugs, we have tasted the thunder. Quick
Oh,
trivia because you are the man behind that iconic tagline for Thumbs Up, Taste the Thunder. So, like I said, we have already tasted the thunder. Is it the time to taste the thriller?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Like this is an interesting conundrum and a kind of a like we keep telling each other we want to put a detective in every seat. Every person who buys a ticket and comes and sits in that cinema will willy-nilly become a detective because the conundrum is very clear. There are friends in Bombay who grew up in a building. There's an unknown dead body 140 kilometers away. And how does it affect their lives? So that's the
Hmm.
big. So Rahul and I love puzzles, and Amit is a great, unraveler of puzzles. So here we are.
Hmm. Amit, we have seen you in a triangular friendship in the past during Kaipoche. This time around, you are again stuck in a triangular friendship. Each of the friends left to script their own journey. How is this one going to be different from that one? As an actor, also, how have you grown from that instance to this one?
So this is a tricky one. There's a difference, and yet I've been saying that I have this Kaipoche feeling with Pune Highway from day one. But that predominantly is for the ethics and the atmosphere Bugs and Rahul sir have set. Just the intent and the integrity in which we went about to make this film. Uh, One of the amazing features of this script of this film, for me, which attracts me and which I find is so incredible and attractive, is it's a story of coming of age, it's a story of friendship. It's a story of friendship that flourishes on a terrace, and it's a whodunit.
Oh, yes.
So it's like when these things, a whodunit can be a thriller.
Hmm.
When a whodunit or when a murder mystery kind of goes through such deep-rooted friendships and relationships, I think I mean, for me, that is very intriguing, like, as a genre, as a script. So, yeah, so that's the difference between Kaipoche and Pune Ave for me.
Interesting. Rahul, from a successful advertisements to full-fledged mysterious movies, from witty takes and also satirical takes about the current affairs to having a full-fledged movie, how has the things been and how do you exactly put your perspective across while you are scripting down, in fact, working on a full-fledged project?
oh boy, how much time have you got?
I've got the entire day for you. Don't worry. I'm enjoying this.
I thought about this a lot, and Bugs and I, because we come from advertising, uh,
Yes.
the some of the things it is my first film, and there's no question that it's a remarkably difficult process because there are so many aspects to it. But when you come down to the final thing, what we're going to come down to next Friday, which is something I do every day in my life, is how is your audience going to respond to you? That's all I mean, every Amul hoarding we do is reaching out to that one motorist who's passing by, or that one kid on a phone who's strolling down. He needs to get my message in a second, because if he doesn't get it, he's gone by. Even in the movie business, why should somebody come to the cinema house? And it's the same principle that you need something to get his attention, and you need something to get him to come. Like the way you expect somebody to buy your product, you're expecting somebody to come to your movie.
Hmm.
Work, the rigor I feel, the rigor required to change an attitude, to create an interest, to get somebody to buy what you have to offer is, I think, in some ways the same, because you have to create a benefit. You got to create a feature. Why should I come to your movie? Why should I buy a product?
Hmm.
And if you don't have a USP, I think you're not likely to have somebody buy a product or come and see your film.
Hmm. Interesting. Bugs, you were one of the teachers from Tare Zameen Par. By the way, just have to quickly ask you, how's those drawing skills working out for you? Have you worked on your painting lately?
I fail every exam. I haven't failed at all. So, unlike Isham, who was a genius, I was not.
So this is something that I would really like to ask you, because you have also played part in front of the camera. So when you are behind the camera, when you are directing your actors, does the skill in front of the camera actually help you from behind the camera also? That perspective does help you out?
Yes, it tells you what not to tell your actor.
Okay,
It's very
that's really interesting.
I'm very interested in this answer.
The whole that the relationship between a director and an actor is obviously, I mean, we've heard it a million times, it's of trust. You got so with every instruction you give them, you're telling them how little you trust them. So you got to give them it's a conversation, and you got to listen as much as you talk, and then go and do the scene. So I think being an actor helped me understand, sift through. Rahul used to direct me in the stage, and he was again similar. Like we talk. He never told me, move, put your hand up here, raise your eyebrow, nothing. You perform from inside. So the conversations is not for the mask that we wear, it's for the heart that you bring to the performance. So I think that is what I think I kind of learned, and I don't know. Amit has to tell us that whether that's how it works or not.
So, Amit, because both of these two men, they come from the advertising agency in the past. They come from that advertising background, but you have worked with other directors in the past as well. Is their working pattern any different from those directors that you have worked with in the past? Are they slightly different? Are they more wittier? Because we have the man behind Amul, we have the man behind Taste the Thunder. So, are they a bit fun and bit easy as directors? Because they are allowing you to take as much creative liberty as possible?
Yeah, my check is paid.
So I am very aware, you have to be very aware where you are.
Uh-huh.
Where I'm sitting in between of 100 years of genius, So I'm very aware of that. And Bugs has already directed me.
Yes, yes. I'm aware.
And I think there's a lot of similarity between Rahul sir and Bugs. Again, like we can say craft, their experience, their wisdom, their passion, so I won't go into details there. For me, I will just say, these people like this, they spoil you. And I'm not undermining the movies that I've had. I've had good directors. I've had a lot of support from directors. But I just feel that how they spoil you. They give you wings. They trust you. The ownership they give you on your character. Despite of this being a play, despite of them being writers, despite of what, because the ownership that they have, the connect that they have with the writing is much more than of a script, because this was a successful play. Then this becomes a film. And still to come and say that, go make it your own, go make it your own. And that leeway, that trust, that ownership as an actor is that is something which when you get used to it, we get accustomed, we get used to these things. And I tell them, as you spoiled us. So yeah, I mean they are very incredible. They're just incredible people. They are very incredible with their craft, with their art. They are very, very, and I love the guts they have. And I want to say this to them. We don't get so much time to say these things to them. We can say these things to them on interviews because you can't walk up to Rahul's office. Hey, I love your guts, by the way. You know what I mean? But in an interview, you can, but just the guts they have and the belief they have in the story they want to tell. So yeah.
Rahul, I really want to ask you that nowadays we have seen a lot of filmmakers also, saying, even I have interviewed a lot of filmmakers, I have interviewed a lot of actors. They've been telling me, and this is the constant complaint, that you really don't know that what content will exactly work and land well with the audiences. You are so unsure about a project that you've been working on for so many years. Sometimes you have a great ensemble cast, also some of the biggest faces, but the film doesn't really work out that well. But there are some movies that come in like a dark horse. According to you, as per the changing times, what exactly is working with the audience? Because we have got access to a lot of content there at the OTT platforms. We've been watching French films, we've been watching Korean dramas. We have started judging content, comparing it with the other, how do I say, the other countries who have very different geography than us, very different features than us. What exactly is working with the Indian audience, according to you?
It's a very hard question. It's a very, 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 and I'm saying, Bugs and I talk about this every single day, and people think the day we decided to take this big, I was told, and I'm still being told, are you mad? There's a look on people's face that, how much money do you have in the bank? And I make a joke, I wear short pants all the time. I can't afford to buy long pants, right? But, it sounds like a cliche, I feel, but an audience can smell, they can smell disingenuity a mile off. They can smell the lack of rigor a mile off. They know in a second that this is a pale shadow of a South film. They can tell in a second that this is just a badly written sequel. They'll pick it up and they will not come to you. So your second question is a difficult one. The dark horses are tough to pick because you don't know what aspect of that film has resonated with. And I'm not always sure the filmmaker knows what aspect of his dark story has appealed to somebody, But, and when people are saying that cinema going seems to have dropped, I don't get it because I think it's really got to do with people because they've got so spoiled by content that is good sitting on their couch and watching. They're saying you better be as good in the cinema house because I have an option now. I don't need to get up onto my bike and go and see it. So I think that it's not about us feeling, oh my God, where is cinema going to go? We just need to spend more time on our scripts. We just need more original ideas. We just need I think we need to research enough. We don't talk to young people. I haven't seen a movie except for that one, I think Control it was called with
Yes, yeah, on Netflix, yes.
If that is your new audience, and that's the audience you want to reach, the millennial, the generation Alpha, generation X, Z, then why are there no stories for them? That's a question that I really want to know, is that if you know, so therefore, this vast 30% or 40% of your audience that constitutes India is saying that nothing for me to watch. I don't want to go to the cinema. I can't afford the cinema. I'll stay at home on my phone and I'll watch content that is more to do with me, which I'm getting outside. So I don't think we're listening enough. I don't think we're listening enough to what are the trends, what are people liking, what are they going through. You'll have content. We don't need to do sequels. There's stuff happening on our street corners. We just need to listen to it and record it. And so I think it's I think there is enough and more in this country, especially for original content.
And I feel perhaps, we need to start like in advertising, there's a process before you get to an idea. There's a whole load of strategic thinking and all kinds of stuff. I feel maybe a little more rigor, like the word Rahul used, before you jump into making a film. I think you should tell the story. Simply, like a good old storyteller, sit with 10 people and tell them a story. Whatever didn't they like? Did it work for them? If it worked for them, chances are it will work for,
Larger audience.
larger audience. So I think we should start by simply telling stories and say, okay, that didn't work. I have no ego. Oh, I wrote a story, it didn't work in the spoken tradition. It didn't work. It's obviously not going to become a movie. I'll write something, I'll do something with it. I'll make a short story, I'll write a book or whatever, but I'll come up with another story because the investment is huge. It's a very expensive mistake to make. Like a movie that's not been well thought out or well researched or well written, So
So that's the story part. That's the perspective from the storyteller's part. But as per you, if we have to take a look at all the angles that makes a movie work with the larger audience, say on the silver screen, specifically on the silver screen, let me say, what could be the reviver of Hindi entertainment industry specifically? Because now to make a movie work, we are going towards the tactics of making a pan-Indian film, having South Indian entertainment industry also coming with the Hindi entertainment industry. We have lived the golden age in past. What's stopping us from reliving that era?
Since that's such a tough question, I'm going to let Amit answer it.
All the easy ones are supposed to come to me. But I have a strong view on this. I think other than what Rahul sir and Bug said, are a very strong parameters. I think they are the base of before you go and decide to make a film. Intention, intent, story, why, research. For me, I think just it's earlier back in the days, I would still consider myself a baby in kind of the whole industry and everything. But I just think that we made movies out of passion. We just took a punt. It was instinct. I'm going to cast this person in this. I'm going to go and tell this story. There was no mathematics. There was no I have that dates. Now let's get also. I think the whole marketing of movies also has to change. Somewhere I feel the marketing is coming before research. Marketing is coming before script. Marketing is saying, go make this film with these people and it'll work. Marketing is saying, go do these reads. The film is a serious film or film is for friendship and then, but just make this. And it might work once or twice, but it will not work every time. So I just feel for me, I think we need to go back to our drawing rooms, our boards, and determine why are we making this film. And I feel if you start chasing that right voice, that I want to tell this story, then that voice, that story will set the process. I feel people don't come like I know I'm loved, I know I have fans, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think so. They want to we love Amit, okay? Or maybe a superstar, we love him, but I don't want to win this film. Superstars draw a more loyalty. They still draw a lot of kind of footfalls. But at the end of the day, people want to come and watch you, even if they like you in a good film. They want to come and see you. So I think this whole mathematics of pan-India, we'll take 4 people from here, we'll have an opening there. This is all marketing people selling you. I think you make a good story, cast, give work to people who deserve it, audition, screen test. I'm still open after being 13 years in the industry. I tell everyone I'm still open to audition. I'm still open to giving a screen test. So I just feel process and intention than so-called pan-India, ye ho jayega, wo ho jayega. Nahi hota hai. I think,
And last but not the least, yes, please continue.
One thing to this, there's a word that I learned while you were making this film, which is called a project. And project as opposed to passion, project as opposed to filmmaking, where you take, it's like an IPL team, right? You put together elements that you think will form a success, because nobody knows, right? Nobody knows. I think we've been, when you're back against the wall, and I think the cinema industry is the back against the wall. Instead of going for a reboot, a complete reboot, shut it down and start really thinking about what is going to work. Because even the audiences don't know, right? It's not like the
Yeah.
audience saying, yeah, we want this kind of film, you're not giving it to us. Even they don't know. It's a punt for them also.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
how do I pick the 100 films? It's a. I mean, you can't even pick on an OTT, right? Which icon do I? But the fact that, as you said about marketing, is that studios and suits and filmmakers and whatever don't know. They need to get together and say what kind of subject. Let's not jump to what we think is a money making machine.
Hmm.
Because the moment we say, I get this actor, I get this location, like in the old days, you get an actor, get it in Switzerland and put them together and do a ST Burman track, you're sorted.
Hmm.
Doesn't work like that anymore because the superstars are not,
Outdated. Yes.
they're not going to watch a movie because of the superstar anymore.
Yeah. Yes.
So the
Absolutely.
perfect days are over. I'm sorry, we have to reconstruct.
Hmm.
We have the energy, the time, and the focus to say, let's really be humble. This person who says, boss, ये picture नहीं चलेगी, how do you know? If you knew that we'd have every film would be a Sholay
Very
running
interesting.
like 5 years. So
Absolutely.
it goes back to the rigor, I think.
Very, very interesting. In fact, from the audience perspective also, हम खुद ही इतना कंफ्यूज हैं कि देखना क्या चाहते हैं. It's like ना सुबह से रो रहे हैं कि भूख लगी है, and then you have served us with this big, huge राजस्थानी थाली. अब इसमें से खाएं क्या? सब कुछ ही है सामने, but what exactly do you?
That thali is not in real, it's on a reel.
Yeah. Very interesting. I'm afraid we are running out of time, so I have a last quick question to ask you, Amit, because the trailer looked very interesting to me. I have seen your bond with your friends going all, cozy, all funny, to one specific instance when I saw you and Jim standing next to each other and staring each other with that dead stare. So, would you like to just quickly brief me, not also giving much about the film so that people actually go there just to build the anticipation? Tell us a little bit more about how, from a very friendly bond to, that deadly stare into each other's eyes, how will that transpire?
So without going into the characters of the film, and
Mhm.
getting like squeezed in here, that's one big aspect of the film. And what I love about this film, especially the story, in real life, friendship. What is so fascinating to me is the biggest hate. Most hate comes from love. Most disappointment comes from faith. I mean, so that juxtaposition of relationships. So in that moment, that's the shot. For details, go watch Pune Highway on 16th May.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rahul Bagh Zamit, for joining this conversation here at Patreon News 9. All the very best for Pune Highway. I'm really, really very excited to see it in theaters. Finally, a project that I'm really, really excited about. A thriller, which is, I would say that good thrillers are a rare phenomena in the entertainment industry nowadays. Like
I
we
really
have.
hope you enjoy ours.
Yeah, I will. I will definitely. I'm only expecting good work out of three of you very intelligent and very creative men. So, all the very best.
Thank
Hope to
you.
see you in person. Please come to Delhi and give us interviews in person.
We are planning. So please give us your time.
I am waiting for you to give me time.
I will
आप आए
next
दिल्ली?
year. हम आ रहे हैं छोटा सा promotion करने. So
जी.
we reach out, and it will be great if we can do one more chat. And I would love to
Absolutely.
see you
Absolutely.
again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye. Have a lovely day.
Bye-bye.